what my concern would be is not so much the overstimulus of particular senses, let's say the ears or the eyes, but the kind of limiting social experience of young people that I think are the most worrying.
Hi, I'm Matt Velasquez, and I'm an undergraduate researcher here at the University of Arizona. I'm creating this documentary to help you guys more critically think of how these social and digital medias are affecting you. Personally, I believe such usage should be limited, if used at all. I spoke to some well-renowned professors, including some of my classmates here at the University of Arizona, to get a better perspective.
I think that social media in general has, over time, created more social problems for kids because it's easier for people to not go outside and not go have fun with their friends, or they have a video game, they can stay inside, and it's much easier for them to, be more antisocial in general.
I spoke with Geert Loving, head director at Social Media Research in Amsterdam.
For me, what concerns me most, is the limiting effect of these walled gardens, where there's this very specific definition, for instance, of what a friend is, and this is really where you kind of hand over the organization of your social life to algorithms of a company like Twitter, where your knowledge of the world is delegated to algorithms of Google, and where your perception of the news is regulated and shaped by companies like Twitter.
Some may argue that these digital medias are breaking down borders and allowing information to be disseminated more easily. But we actually have to consider how much we're actually using these social medias and how much of a part do they play in our everyday lives.
You go watch a good movie, but now everything has to be intense and big, and that's just how I kind of feel social media is. Maybe things like YouTube. Someone has to grab your attention, someone has to be dancing big or something like that in order to get the whole universe to look. But now kids don't even value anything that much. It's all at everyone's hands, and they can be like, oh, I can just look at this, without actually valuing anyone or anything.
I spoke with Victor Breiper, honors faculty here at the University of Arizona.
In general, I think it's part of a broader trend, which is that that young people today seem to think that corporations and businesses are their friend. And that idea that a corporation is your friend, I think, is very problematic, because in a capitalist society, the basic reality is that you have corporations who are trying to convince people to buy their product, and they're trying to make money. And they're trying to make money in ways that will not necessarily benefit the people who are, consuming the product. Now, of course, you could argue that the product, if it's not benefiting people, why would people be using it in the first place? But these are different kinds of products. And what's happening is that our social lives are becoming the product, and that these companies are tapping into our lives, into our relationships, into our memories, and into our beliefs in order to extract from this material a kind of capital. They are creating forms of wealth from our lives, and that wealth is something that is being alienated from us, and we are voluntarily giving it over to them. And that is a basic reality of these technologies, of these platforms, of these business models that are looking to our lives, to our social relationships, as the future of their wealth. Not our well-being, but their wealth. And so we have to ask ourselves, what exactly are we doing? And I don't really see that happening too much. I don't see too much critical reflection about just that simple observation about these business models and about these platforms and about how they look to our social lives as a kind of raw material.
After receiving feedback from some well-distinguished professors as well as some classmates, hopefully it helped you guys more gauge how social media affects your life. In particular, I like what Victor Breitberg said on how there isn't necessarily a problem with social and digital medias itself, but it's the fact that we're lacking this critical analysis. So that's what I leave you guys off with. Consider that these social medias aren't in your best interest. Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks for watching.